Hi everyone, welcome to Dragon's Classic. Now I know you're watching this video now because you want to know how to farm. Because there's a couple of questions that you want to understand before you continue playing the game, right? Like, how do you progress the game? How do you farm now? And the biggest question is, can you still enjoy the game without spending any money and still have a decent equipment? Every new and returning players have this question in mind. So, just like what you're asking, no more introduction, let's just dive into this, alright? Enjoy. Alright, so before we tackle everything, I'd like to say a couple of things first. Now, number one is that the farming method differs from each and everyone, but it doesn't change how the market works. Number two, you can always enjoy the game while still getting a decent farm, I can guarantee you that. Number three, this video tackles farming method for level cap 40. You can see that on the upper right corner of your screen where you can see a newspaper there that says server info. Right now, the current server level is level 40, and when I started making this video, the server progress is already 87 days. I started playing the game at around 26 days, so that's like cap 32, and the farming method was different back then. So when the cap increases, the farming method also changes. So you don't have to worry, I'll be releasing an updated video once that happens. So as of now, if you're watching this video and it's still cap 40, you can always follow this. Great. So, I think the first thing that you need to understand is how the market works. Right now, in order for you to farm, I'm assuming that you're already a high-level character, or at least you're in between 32 to 40-ish, because it's gonna be different when you don't know how to level your character, plus you don't know how to farm. So for now, this video will tackle solely understanding the market, what you need to farm, ways of farming, something like that, okay? Alright, so for me, there are actually two ways or two methods of farming. So we have what we call daily quest farming. So a lot of players, new or old players, what they do is that they create a lot of characters. Then they just do the daily quest. So they have something that they call an average amount of gold that you get per character. So you can see here on the daily task that every day at exactly 9 AM GMT plus 8, so that's in Asia, you have this daily task view. So by the way, you can view this by clicking here under event and then go into daily task. So every day you can do this. It's pretty simple. You can just follow it through, task by task. So just to summarize everything in terms of the daily task, it's pretty much you spending at least 15 to 30 minutes per character depleting all of your FTG. The FTG is found on your bottom right corner where mine has already been depleted. So you can use this to actually progress the game or to play the game. If you don't have any FTG, you cannot play the game anymore. You can't. So what you do on each character that you created, you deplete those FTG and then you proceed to gain gold. Now, for me, it's not really the most enjoyable way to farm because pretty much what you'll be doing is this. You're going to be creating your account and then you're going to be spending a lot of time trying to level up all your characters to level 40. Then every day, you're going to be doing the same thing over and over again. Pretty much just doing the daily quest. So what they say before, and this was 2 weeks ago only, just 14 days ago, that the average gold that you get for daily quest is around 30 gold per character. And I can assure you it's not the same anymore. The market shifts. And right now, if a lot of players are farming gold, then if a lot of players are doing the same thing, which is, I can guess, is doing the daily quest, pretty much the gold is less, which means that when you farm doing the same thing as they do, then you won't be able to gain as much gold as I do now. So let's head to the market. Okay. Let's just go to Alfred. So on a daily quest, what you can do is with a group of party or solo, that's what I do as well, solo, you can actually battle invaders. So I'm gonna cut this video. I'm gonna show you 2 videos that I do, when I'm doing this alone. I'm battling invaders wherein you can get decent items where you can sell those items in the trading hall.
여기가 돼? 블레이즈 스파이크! 빔! 야! 지시! 이지! 버려! 프리징 쏜! 순백의 폭풍! 영원의 한숨을 걸사하라! 태워라! 이지! 프리징 쏜! 빔! 블레이즈 스파이크! 버려! 불타라! 파이어원! 불태워라! 이지! 하야! 블레이즈 스파이크! 포인트! 불타라! 이지! 빔! 뭐하니? 불태워라! 이지! 뭐하니? 블레이즈 스파이크! 버려! 이지!
By the way, the trading hall is only available or accessible once you hit level 24. You can start, I think you can start buying and then selling, but you can access it, by the way. So you can start searching for values of item, but you cannot buy anything or register anything on the trading hall if you're not level 24. So level 32, you can start mailing items to other characters or players, or you can also start trading. So that's restrictions. That's how I call it. So if you want to access your the trading house, then you must level your character first at 24. Alright, so for the daily quest, a couple of things that they farm are what we call Essence of Life. Now, when the invader update happened, the Essence of Life was valued at around 12 gold-ish, and this is what I mean. So as the game progresses and a lot of people are doing the same thing over and over again, the value of each of the item, lessens. So Essence of Life now is now around 6 gold and 59 cents. We also have the mid-grade diamond code. This is used to add potential codes on unique items. Now, and this is realistic. Before, and this was just a couple of weeks back, the value of the mid-grade diamond code is around 80 gold. 80. Imagine that. A lot of farmers now are getting a lot of, the diamond code, and the value is now so less that you can only get it for 14 gold. So same thing with the crystal code. The crystal code has been, up and down in between 10, 11, and 12. So it's been like that ever since. So nothing new. And then the agate code for that is, sums about right. 7 gold, 6 gold. All right, so these are the items that you can get when you're doing the daily quest. And mind you, I get these items because I'm doing it solo with decent equipment. Imagine if you're new to the game and you're doing daily quest, you're not gonna be able to get as much as these because you're rolling on 4 different players. And I'm gonna be showing that video right now wherein I'm doing it with other players, and it shows that I'm not getting all the farm. So the troll gives more farm, but if you die, you're gonna evade. Alright, so daily quest is still good. I'm gonna say if you have decent equipment and if you're using Elemental Lord. Elemental Lord is the easiest way for me to farm on daily quests, especially if you're dealing with invaders. By the way, the invaders are not 100%. So as you can see, when you watch the video, it's at random. Sometimes when you go to an abyss dungeon, it doesn't spawn. The invaders can only spawn on level 32 dungeons onwards, meaning to say that any abyss dungeon less than that, you don't see any invaders at all. All right, so I think I've covered daily quest a bit for that. So other things that you farm on daily quests are the diamond, but it's very rare. It's less of value now. The value of the diamond before was actually around 6 gold. Now it's only 2 gold. Imagine that. So agate is no value. Alteum, I would say pretty decent, but these things you're not gonna be able to farm on a daily basis. You only get once, twice, sometimes you don't get anything, including Essence of Life. On average, if you're in a party doing 6 runs of Abyss Dungeon for invaders, sometimes you don't get any invaders at all. You're just gonna get the gold coming from the Abyss Dungeon itself, which is around 2 gold minus the fee of, repairing your items. Then that's pretty much it. All right, so I think I've covered the daily quest. We're gonna move on to my favorite way of farming, Apprenticeship. Stay tuned.
Did you find anything you need?
All right, Apprenticeship. For me, this is the best way to farm, and in my opinion, fun and will let you know that Dragoness is more than just doing high-level dungeon. You can still remember the time wherein you started a new game and you're new, especially, you're low level and you don't know what to do and you're looking for some help and you're not getting it. I know the feeling. Now, Dragoness was able to actually build a community or a game wherein you're actually gonna get help, because Apprenticeship is one of those things wherein you're gonna get help from others, or you're gonna do it by yourself and help others the way that you want to be helped before. It's kind of fulfilling. Now, let's answer a couple of questions before I proceed to explain how I do it. Those are, why is it the best way to farm? Subjective, that's for me only. How do I start doing Apprenticeship? Rules of Apprenticeship, and of course, what do you need to focus on when doing it? Stay tuned. Why is it the best way to farm? There are two reasons for myself. Number one is that you don't need to burn any FTG while doing Apprenticeship. As mentioned earlier, whenever you're going inside a dungeon or you want to farm, you are burning FTG. So when you're helping someone on lower levels in between level 10 up to level 23, you're not burning any FTG at all when you're doing Apprenticeship. So that's one of the best reasons why this is the best way to farm, because you can continue entering Abyss dungeons without burning any FTG. Number two is supply and demand. So, I've explained this earlier regarding daily quests. If a lot of players are already high level and they're farming on the same dungeons over and over and over again, getting the same skill plates, enhancement plates, codes, what else? Basically the same thing that you will get from higher level tiers. Now the problem with that is, if you're going to be doing the same thing as they're doing, you're not going to be able to compete anymore or farm well, because number one, you don't have the unlimited FTG. You can only go inside a maximum of 6 times, I believe. Yeah, 6. So 6 times on Abyss dungeon on one character, and the plates that you'll get will be roughly around 1-2 goldish, something along those lines, because you cannot farm epic plates, especially enhancement and skill plates. No, enhancement plates only. So the enhancement plates are those that's, intellect, wind, fatal. So you can't farm those like epic plates. Those are only available on Nest. That's going to be another talk. But you can only farm premium skill plates, which again, on higher levels, it's only going to give you your most tiers skills, like level 32. So there's only like a few, and mind you, the price is really cheap now, since again, supply and demand. If a lot of people are farming the same thing, then you're not gonna expect high price for it anymore. Even I got excited when I got my first premium plates on higher levels. I thought it was valuable, but the problem is that I just checked the trading hall and it's really cheap. So instead of you wasting your gold on buying diamond, alteum, and then crafting it for like 5 gold, you're gonna lose more gold than you're gonna get. You still need to stamp it as well, as explained on the daily quest part. Premium and epic. From epic to unique, you need to actually stamp it first, especially the plates and armors, weapons, before you can even sell it. That's the downside. Alright, so we're gonna talk about supply and demand. So this is what I mean when it comes to when you're farming the same farm as all of the others. This is what happens. So let's just start with the filters. So When I say enhancement plates, you go to heraldry and there are 3 kinds. Special skill are taken from, or you can get it from Nest like Cerberus, Apocalypse, Manticore, so on and so forth. Skill is our skill plates, as the name implies, it's for players, and enhancement is to enhance. So the common ones are Fatal, that increases your critical rate. Let's put it at level 40. So imagine it's already at 0 gold. You can just buy it directly. Don't need to farm it anymore. Fatal, Intellect. 0 gold. Bear. That's Strength. We also have Wind. I think Wind is viable. Yeah, at least 4 gold, right? So we have Health. For Vit. Life for HP. We also have Iron Wall. So for defense, tent or magic defense. Now the things that I'm searching for are the ones that that's always being used. So you don't normally see any players getting Dauntless, which is, I believe, for Paralyzed, Dauntless. This one. So the Resist, we have Will for critical. See? There's only a few sellers. Or Stun is Will, and then Blessed is critical. So normally this is used on, when dealing with the Sea Dragoness. So players started, starts to have this build or purchase these kinds of items. Now, as a high-end player or someone, if you want your character to be, chosen for a Nest, because again, if your equips are blue, worst comes to worst, you're not gonna be invited for Nest plays like Apocalypse or Manticore. You need to upgrade your enhancement to Epic. And mind you, you can only get this from Nest itself. You cannot get this from Abyss Dungeon. No, that's impossible. Alright, so the premium plays that you can get from Abyss Dungeon are skill. But as your level goes high, or the higher the dungeon, the higher the level of the skills. So just for the sake of this video, I'm gonna reset. Let me show you what I mean. So yeah, there we go. So as you can see, the level of the dungeon, if it's normal, those are the places that you can get from. For example, Fireball, you can get that from dungeons that's level 15 onwards, because again, you can start specializing or upgrading your character from sorceress to elemental lord once you hit level 15, which means that the first 2 rows here, Fireball, Flame Spark, Frostwind, Icy Shards, Freezing Field, and Inferno, those plates you can get them from level 15 onwards dungeon. There's a limit. So this is level 24, which means that level 15 to level 23, you can get these 4. Now, that's the reason why I'm farming those dungeons, because Fireball, I'm gonna check the price later on, it goes up to 250 gold each. Same with Icy Shards. Now, for level 24, yeah, 24, this row, these are all valuables as well. Firewall, Phoenix Storm, Glacial Wave, and Frozen Spikes. I haven't mentioned other plates like Healing Relic, Eagle Dive, Provoke. We're gonna check those prices later on. And we also have the level 26 side row, which is the Fire Shield, Ignite, Shatter, and Ice Shield. And then comes the level 32 and level 40. So level 32, Flame Road, Chilling Mist, Blizzard Storm, and Fiery Vortex. So the problem with this too is that even though that you're leveling up on, say for example, Forsaken Islet Core, you cannot get these items now. It's impossible. It should be on a lower level tier because it's an Abyss dungeon. So if you go to an Abyss dungeon, it's set to level 39, so you can get the Fiery Vortex there. So anything on your ultimate is taken from the Abyss dungeons of the final dungeons. So a lot of people are farming these. Let's check the price. So the common ones that you can get are Fiery Vortex. Let's put it at all, and then go to skill. And let's remove the rare. Aside from the stamp itself, it costs a lot of money. 5 gold for you to craft these. I think 5 gold, 50 silver. So let's just put it at 5, and then requires you 7 stamps, not 3. 7. So stamps, including 5 diamond and 5 Alteum. Oh, sorry. I think it's only 3. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's only 3. So this is like 6 gold. Let's put this at 1.5 gold. So 2, 4, 6, 7.5 plus 5. 12.5 gold plus stamp just for you to sell it for only 22 gold. It's not worth it. I can guarantee you it's not worth it. So Blizzard Storm. Let's put it at Blizzard. See, 20 gold. Barrage Arrows, I think that's the name. Arrow Barrage, 9 gold. C. Ooh. We also have Miracle Relic. We also have Thor's Hammer. These are the ultimates of other, other characters. Thor's Hammer. We also have, well, I think you get what I mean. It's not worth it to farm these. Never. Because again, you only get this by either rolling on the chest when you finish an Abyss dungeon, hoping to get gold and hoping to get these. And this is a low chance. I would say 3% for each run that you do that it's available on gold chest. It's very rare. And you need to have like a gold rabbit in order for you to get one of these. Okay? So I think you get the gist of what I'm telling you in terms of supply and demand. A lot of people are farming these, so yeah, you'll expect lower prices. Now let's talk about the others, like Fireball. These are what's sought after. See, 275 gold, and when you're doing apprenticeship, you'll get, I got this twice, by the way. So you're not seeing my other character, my Force User. I think you've watched the video earlier, review. I'm doing apprenticeship using my Force User. So most of the gold are in my Force User because that's the character I use for apprenticeship. So we have Fireball, we have Triple Orbs. 380 gold. Healing Relic. So imagine just getting one of these would put you, would give you a lot of money. So Healing Relic, Eagle Dive. Even by just getting the blue ones, I still get it. Say for example, Eagle Dive, it's 22 gold, no need for you to stamp it, and it requires you the items that you're farming as well on apprenticeship. You get Alteum. See, I have a lot because I do apprenticeship on this character as well. And you get Rough Diamond, and it only costs like 50 silver to create it. So roughly, let's just put it at 3 gold. So the profit is really high, 95%. That's a lot. So Eagle Dive, Healing Relic is like 40 gold. 73, that's a lot. So Heal as well. 20 gold Heal. We also have your Circle Swing. 24 gold. Circle Swing. We also have Air Pounds. This is my favorite. 96 gold. Air Pounds. We also have pretty much what you need to do when you're doing this apprenticeship is you just get all the skill heraldry and then you check it one by one on Trading Hall. Now, another tip for you when you're checking pricing, if say for example, if it's sellable, say for example, Escape, right? Escape from the sorceress skill, as you can see, is like 15 gold. You know, you might think it's worth it, right? But if you check the pricing here, it is being sold at 5 gold at most at the lowest price, and this is for the last 7 days. So the check market price here gives you an idea if something is being sold or not. So I think the best example that I can give are, see, the blue ones are not being sold in the last 7 days. So do not, you know, don't farm this. There's no need for you to get this. It's just gonna be a waste of registry on Trading Hall. You can only sell up to 30 pieces per week. So it refreshes every Saturday at 9 a.m. GMT plus 8. So make the most out of it, right? So I think that covers the supply and demand thing. Let's continue.
Don't just window shop, buy something.
Alright, so supply and demand for apprenticeship, there's a lot of benefits because again, not a lot of people can commit to it. So just want to give you a heads up that for apprenticeship, it's gonna require at least around an hour and a half to 2 hours just to finish one student. It's fulfilling, I can assure you that. Even though it's kind of long, it's not really. Because again, I know not everyone has that time in their plate whenever they're playing the game. But if you're gonna be doing it, especially for like an hour, then look for apprentice that's already like level 15 or level 16. That's gonna drastically lower the hours that you'll need to finish. So I'm still gonna be showing you how I do it, how long it takes, how many dungeons you need to enter, what to do, what not to do, all those stuff. Don't worry. But again, those are the 2 reasons why it's the best way to farm. You don't burn any FTG, unlimited dungeon, abyss dungeon, supply and demand. All right, let's continue. All right, so I think the first thing that you need to learn in apprenticeship is knowing the default channel. So every week, I believe the default channel changes. Now, the reason why you need to learn this is because you don't want to randomly go to crowded places on Calderock Village and trying to find student. That's not how it works. I think the best way for you to get apprentice or student is by knowing the default channel where everyone goes whenever you change from town to town. So it happens. Now, I'm gonna start with going to Manor Ridge, in which this is the town where everyone starts, especially level 1 to level 9. So apprenticeship starts at level 9 and goes up to level 23. Once they hit 24, they're already graduate. I'm gonna explain a bit further. So let's just go to any random channel. It's gonna change when you go from town to town, and then the landing channel that you'll go is the default channel for the week. So for the creation of this video, it's consistent, which means that if you go from town to town, you will land on the default channel. So even if it changes, right now it's channel 63. I'm gonna show it to you in a bit. So say for example, I'm a new player and I'm gonna walk towards Calderock Village. So it's just gonna be a while, so stay tuned. Blizzard Plain and then Crystal Stream. And lastly, the village itself. There we go. So, as seen earlier, I'm on a random channel on Manor Ridge. Now, when I go to Calderock, my landing channel should be the default channel. So, right now, it's 63. Previously, it was 17. Next week, it's gonna change. So, just make sure to check out the default channel. So once you are on Crystal Stream, this is the place or the exact area that you need to find students. So all new students landing area would be Crystal Stream coming from Mana Ridge. So this is the best place to go. You don't randomly choose a channel and then try to find students there, because it's gonna be hard for you. So there are two ways for you to get students. Now, if you press letter O on your keyboard, that's gonna open your I don't know what this is called, but let's just call it the party page. Or you can go to your tabs here on the middle. Try to find the two-person holding their hands together with a heart. I like it. Oh, it's the community tab. So this is where you can find a party list. Now, the first thing that you gotta do is to find students who created parties with names like I need master, I need guru if you're Indonesian. Now, the first thing that you need to do is to uncheck this tick box. So, because it says here, show only the party list of the village where the user is currently at. We don't want that. You want to have the every channel. So the party list created for all the channels combined. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna untick that. And normally what you will type is the word master, but sometimes I just, type in the first 4 letters, something like this. So nothing comes up because I believe it's not the best time to find student. But again, if you just wait for a while, you'll still get, students. I can guarantee you. If you read something like this, they're asking for 20 gold. It's impossible. No one can pay them 20 gold, especially if they're a new account. Because again, you can only start trading at level 32. So you asking for 20 gold, no, don't do that. Please. We want to help newbies, right? We want to help others to enjoy the game. Well, you're already asking for 15, 20 gold. And I've seen this person for so long now. He's been asking for 20 gold. I'm not sure if he's getting anything. So let's continue. Guru. So nothing much. Well, the best deal here is to wait for anyone to chat randomly. So they're just gonna chat words like looking for LF. And then they're gonna type in master, guru, 10 to 24, and then followed by all loot's yours. So sometimes you'll see chats like this. That's okay. Those are students or practically new players looking for mastership. So it's very common. By the way, I think I earned the right to say this, that I've learned Apprenticeship for so long now. Not just one character, but I'm doing this for 2 characters already, for Elemental Lord and for Force User. I already have like 24 graduates. That's a lot. For Elemental Lord, I think it's more than 10, less than 20. So roughly, I have 34 students on my plate. I've already memorized all the dungeons. I already memorized the things to farm, all those things. So believe me when I say this is the best way to farm. So yep, for now, if you want to do Apprenticeship, this is the best way to go, understanding the default channel and knowing how to get your first student. All right. So of course, you need to level up your character first to level 40. This is subjective only. I use Force User for the sake of speed, but others will tell me that, it might be a warrior or mercenary or sword master could be faster than that. But again, I'm using mage. I'm a mage lover. It's subjective. It's something that I enjoy. So same thing goes for you. I'm not gonna force you to use the characters that I'm using. Use the character that you will enjoy playing. Don't listen to others that will tell you, okay, use this, use that. No, we're here. Everyone's here to enjoy the game at the same time. Not just enjoy, be able to farm without spending any dollars. So the best way for you to play the game is, again, play it the way you like it. Go to level 40 and then start finding your first student. All right? So stay tuned for the next. Thank you. All right, so for the last bit, we're gonna talk about the rules of apprenticeship and, of course, what you need to focus on. I think I've tackled some of those things during the supply and demand thing, wherein what you need to focus on, especially the plates, but I'm gonna give you everything else that you need to focus on. The keys, the stamps, and everything. Let's start with the rules. So the first thing that you gotta do when you're doing your apprenticeship is to lay down some rules to your student. Others already know what to give you, but I think the important thing is for them to understand that they cannot leave you alone in a dungeon, especially if they're gonna disconnect. So this happens, by the way. So what happens is that you're in a dungeon and then suddenly your apprentice will disconnect, probably internet issues or something along those lines. We don't know. Now, if that happens, what you need to do is stay on the dungeon, because if you leave the dungeon, you will lose the remaining FTG that you have. I think I've shown it before, the clip where I'm doing apprenticeship on my force user. I only have 21 FTG, and this is important. If suddenly that it happened to me before, so I'm telling you this from my experience. Never ever let your student leave you alone in a dungeon. I usually tell them that from the start, that hey, if you're gonna disconnect, I'm gonna wait for you in the dungeon. Same thing with me. If I suddenly disconnect, just wait for me, we'll finish the dungeon together. Alright? Because remember the status bar that you can find on the upper left corner on your character, that buff? That buff will be removed once the student is not with you anymore inside a dungeon, and that would cost you your FTG and probably the whole day, because again, you need to wait again for tomorrow 9 a.m. for your FTG to be refreshed, and we don't want that, especially if you're grinding. All right, so that's one of the rules. And then the final rule is, again, a lot of students knows this, especially old players who's creating a lot of characters. So for them, they're just gonna give you the stamp. So here's the stamp that I'm talking about. Let's open our inventory. Hello, Irene. So in the inventory, the first thing that you need would be the stamp. As you can see, I have a lot, because again, I've been doing this. So the stamp is an incomplete stamp, which means that it could fail, but it's not gonna break or it's not gonna destroy the item that you're stamping. It's just not, it's not gonna stamp. That's it. So usually I use this to stamp my epic plates, as you can see here, or epic skill plates. The things that I farm are epic codes, the keys, the dimensional keys. I don't have anything with me right now. I already sold it. And what else? Skill plates. I think that sums about it. Because if you take a look at the pricing, especially for the diamond and the crystal code, low grade are 24 and below. So for the crystal code, as you can see, I have 5 here, so it requires 1:1. So it's gonna be easier for you to seal this using the incomplete seal stamp. This is the first step to farming. You're gonna be farming a lot of stamp to stamp your low grade codes, your epic skills, all those stuff. All right. So the beauty of it is that it costs less for you to stamp, and of course it's free. And once you check it on the trading house, it gives you around 4 gold. If you multiply that by the number of epic codes, I think, and I believe that you can stamp at least, see, there's only a few sellers. If there's a few sellers, again, supply and demand, this is gonna sell, a lot or faster. So as you can see, 10 pieces goes up to like 5 goldish, so you get 50 gold for a full set. Now for the diamond, I think it's much more sought after. Diamond is used for crystal for weapons, agate for armors, diamond for accessories. So accessories are much more expensive. It's much expensive. So I have 5. So we're looking at we're already looking at 60 gold plus around 20. I already have like a lot here. Oh no, it's only 30 gold. I'm sorry. 60 if you have 10. So right now I have 30 plus 20, 50 gold on my inventory just for the codes alone. So other things that I farm are what we call dimensional key. Let me just reset. Or the dimension key. Yeah, dimension box key. So the dimensional box key differs in price. So right now it's a lot. I don't know why. So sometimes it's the lowest is I hate this. The average is right around this price. This is right. 3 gold and 8 cents. 8 silvers. So the thing about the dimensional key is you can use it to acquire what we call this dimensional fragment. So the fragment is actually used to open a pouch from the crest itself. The crest seller are experts, you, Bailey, and then Stashy in St. Haven. If you go to shop trade, you can see a skill heraldry specifically for your job only. So for example, it says here elemental lord and force user. So this is for the sorceress type, which means that if I were to buy one of the level 16 or more, it says here skill heraldry. It says a pouch that contains plate that can be used to craft below level 16 heraldry. So this will include the skill set here, because these are 16 and below, including this. So it's like a gamble for me. So the difference in pricing, or what you will lose, is this. The price of the dimensional fragment for each open is 2.5 gold. That's the reason why the dimensional box key or the dimension box key cannot go lower than 2.5 gold. It's entirely impossible. Because if it goes lower than that, you can just buy it directly and then open a dimensional crystal fragment instead of reselling it on Trading Hall, and then you get 2.5 gold. If you see what I mean, if you do the math, say for example, it's 2 gold selling on TH, you're not gonna resell that because again, you're gonna get less. You're losing gold. Instead, you go to an Abyss dungeon, open a rabbit box, and then you get dimensional fragment, 2.5 gold. Easy, right? You get 50 silver interest. So that's the reason why it will never go lower than 3 gold. I can guarantee you that. I've been playing the game for so long now. The dimension key cannot go lower than that. So this is something that I sell as well, always. So per run that I do for apprenticeship, you can get in between 5 up to a maximum of at least 15 dimensional keys. This includes the one that you get from monsters plus the chest box. So you can tell that just by listening to the farms that you'll get, aside from the dungeons itself, because the repair value when you're doing apprenticeship is set to 0, which means that when you enter a dungeon, battle monsters, you don't lose what we call this. I think it's called durability. The durability of your items will not go down. It's not gonna last. It's not gonna deplete. So therefore, you don't lose any gold from it. It's free. It's one of the reasons why apprenticeship is one of the best ways to farm. Number 1, unlimited dungeon. Number 2, you don't need to repair anything. You just get gold. All you have to do is to invest time. So again, it's not too much. It's only 2 hours per student. And it could be even less than that, especially if you have a student who knows the game already. So I think one of the things that I can tell you that this works is because, as you can see, I have a plus 12 weapon with what we call a perfect potential. Perfect potential is this, the hidden potential that you can find here under the blue. magic attack, strength, agility, critical 17%. So that is a perfect potential. It goes for a lot of money. If you check here how much I bought this, let's see, Manticore Crystal Ball. A plus 12, as you can see, this is only 600 gold plus 12, but it's not perfect potential. Imagine how much, how much value you'll get from this. See, they don't have the perfect potential. They only have a plus 0. It doesn't have anything. The perfect potential is sellable at 400 gold. Imagine. Whew. I can't stress enough how much gold I spent just to have this equipment. And I farmed this using Apprenticeship. Alright, so I think I've tackled the rules and what you need to focus on. And this video has been too long now. So on my next videos to come, I'll be covering a lot of topics, especially the dungeons that you're going through when doing Apprenticeship. How do I do it? How fast I do it? Usually... In short, I've already memorized everything in terms of Apprenticeship. I'm going to be creating a video. If you want me to, to upload a raw video of me doing Apprenticeship, it takes about 2 hours. I'm going to do that. Just let me know in the comments. Now, for the plates, again, as mentioned earlier during supply and demand, the price changes, but it's always there. The plates, the usual plates like Fireball, Provoke, Triple Orbs, Healing Relic, Heal, all those kinds of stuff. It's always on Trading Hall. You just need to find, you just need to check. Because again, I always get excited when I get a gold rabbit as seen on the first part of the video, the very first one. Sometimes you get, trash plates. Other times you get good plates. And of course, I would say 1 out of 4, you always get great plates or even epic plates. So the epic plates that I mean are those like Fireball, Triple Orbs that sells for like 400, 500 gold. It's a lot. So we checked the value of the swing, the circle swing. I have a lot of plates here that I'm planning to sell. We have the 9-tail laser, the block. The block is being used because again, this is valuable for Sea Dragoness. So the block is being used as a skill plate for Paladin. So we already have a Silker Break. I think I have one. Yeah, 2, 3. I have 3. This is already 60 gold. Provoke. We also have Triple Orbs, Gravity Ball, Block again. Sidekick goes for 300 gold as a premium because of the action speed. So the other epic plates that I have here are something that I plan on using on, when I'm gonna create another sorceress just for fun. With explosion, these are not valuable. No. I just want it, basically. All right, so I think that sums about it. I don't want to make the video too long. I don't want to bore you because again, I gave you all the information that you need to know in terms of Apprenticeship. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. As well as if you want me to create more videos focusing on Apprenticeship. Because again, I have tons of videos, me doing the Apprenticeship itself, helping players, doing the dungeons itself, what to do, what not to do, how fast do I go. Of course, I'm also going to be discussing Trading Hall, the tips that I do there. Especially how do I save up the registry. You can only limit yourself to 30. Sometimes every Wednesday I'm already at my limit, so I need to wait again for Saturday. That's the reason why you can see a lot of plates on my storage, because I've already hit the limit. I'm doing a lot of this, I'm doing a lot of selling, and of course I'm also going to be covering things like the nest. What else? Oh yeah, how to level up your character from 1 to 40. I'm also gonna cover that. And for the specials, I'm also gonna be covering the storyline of Dragoness. So there's a lot to cover right now. So be sure to subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. So for now, do enjoy this dancing Minotaur. Enjoy.